Hello there. Wednesday afternoon, somewhere around 2 o'clock now. I'm out with Graham for a camp. We're heading up to the borders between England and Scotland, Eccles Cairn. I'll have 1 foot in England and 1 foot in Scotland, so it's actually a permissive camp. I think Graham's in a tent and I'm going to be practicing the windy setups with the tarp. It's absolutely horrific, the wind. We're walking head on into the wind since we left the car. It's horrendous. It seems to be the way now, doesn't it? Wind, wind, wind. So I'll come back in a bit. There's Graham.
Hi folks.
See you soon. There's no doubt about it, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? There's Eccles Cairn up there, one of the trees. So windy. Old forest here on the side of the hills, where it's all been cut down. And we're heading straight up there to the Scottish border. Isn't it beautiful? It really is. There's Graham just shutting the gate. It really is tremendous. Wow. It's going to be a long steep climb, that, isn't it, up to there? The way the wind's blowing, I can see us going either side of those trees up there. So windy. So we're actually on St Cuthbert's Way, and the little stream's got an old pallet just to help us cross. And we're going right up there. It's a lovely valley, so peaceful. This has been some climb in the wind. Beautiful though, isn't it? And the last little push now to the top. My word, it's hard. Welcome to the top of Eccles Cairn. It's so windy, I can't stand up. Beautiful though, look at it. Look at the clouds over the top up there. Wow. So there's the cairn, Eccles Cairn. Oh, I can't stand up. So that's the fence there, that's the border between England and Scotland. So it's so windy. I think we're going to have a look just over here, the back of here. It's a lovely little spot. I'm actually in Scotland there as well. Beautiful. Have a walk up the top of that hill later as well. So we're in Scotland now. We're going to have a little look on this mound there. It looks nice. These trees doing a good job of breaking the wind. It's so windy. We've actually come back into England to pitch. So we're going to pitch just here by the wall. There's Graham there. Beautiful though, isn't it? So this wall is actually Scotland and England. So Graham's going to pitch just there and I'm going to pitch just here, because you can get your tarp in anywhere, Tarp and Bivy. So I'll come back in a bit. There's my pitch. I'm just over the wall in England. It's a lovely view though, isn't it? Look at this. Some lovely hill forts over there I'm going to be camping on soon. The views are just incredible. And I'm right by a forest here. Lovely little pitch. So I'm just lying back on my mat in the bivvy at the minute. I've got my boots over there. I've got my down booties on my down gear. There's all my tea stuff. I've got the normal gas stove, and I've also got a new little windshield for the spirit burner to try. It's only 20 grams. Should be just enough to sit the cup on. I've got my rucksack supporting that side of the tarp. It's a great little pitch. Looking forward to it. Nothing fancy for me tonight. I've just got the pasta something to eat. It's a lovely meal, mind. I don't mind at all. And I'm just trying out this new little burner. It's only 20 grams the base. It's quite wobbly, but it's doing the trick. And that's got a full pot of water on there at the minute, and it's not falling over. Look. As well as trying out the new stove tonight, Graham's bought his Elan Alp kit Elan Bivy for me to try. The reason being, I'm mainly going to do bivvy camping from now on. I've decided I don't like tents, I prefer the bivvies. Well, especially like now, I've got this tarp in a lean-to. The hoops are actually doing me a favour by keeping it even further away from my head. But my theory is, if I can get away with this, I'm going to buy one, because if I'm on a summit top and I can't get my tarp up, I can just fly the tarp flat just to cover my equipment, and then I can get in the Elan, and it protect me from the rain, because you can get in and out without getting wet, not like your bivvies when you slide in from the top. So it's just another bivvy for me to use in different conditions, because I just love a bivvy. So I've got my X-Ped mat, I've got my Rab 400 sleeping bag, and I've got my red pillow, and I've got my down booties, my down trousers, and my thick jacket. I think that cup's not looking very stable there, is it? But it doesn't appear to be falling off. Well, that wasn't a very good success, was it, this bloody thing? Look at it. It's just, I'll show you these pieces, look. It's just bent in under the heat. It's just bent in under the heat and collapsed. So I've lost a full 600 ml of water. I was going to have a nice full coffee. So now I'm down to a litre and that. So I've got a full litre left and a third of a litre. That's all I've got now till the morning, because I always bring 3 litres of water. Well, this thing's just collapsed, so what I was after is a nice cone for this spirit burner, something to protect it from the wind. To be honest, the first boil for me food went really quick using this. It was a good little bit of protection, but it's just not up to the weight. Useless. £7 down the drain. So if you see that on Amazon, do not buy it. Useless. Hello there. The wind is horrendous. It really is blowing a gale, but I'm nice and snug. The tarp's flapping about a bit, but nothing it can't handle. And what I've noticed is inside this hooped bivvy, you're isolated from some of the flapping, so it's actually a bit quieter than in a normal bivvy. To be honest, I don't actually like the idea of a hooped bivvy. I prefer the open bivvy, but it's handy for getting in and out of, although the zip's on the right, I prefer it on the left, like the sleeping bag. I suppose you can always buy a sleeping bag with the zip on the right, but you can't keep buying stuff for zips. But it's handy to get in and out of, and it's going to be spot on for the summit camps. So I'm going to be able to tackle the summits and still use a bivvy rather than a tent. And I'll actually be much safer than somebody in a tent. Because when you think about it, you're low to the floor, it doesn't matter how much the wind blows, you're in a bivvy, you're in your sleeping bag, you can cover your stuff up with a flat tarp, even pinned to the floor. Whereas somebody in a tent is more than likely not going to have a bivvy with them. So if the tent fails in the wind, they're in more trouble than you are in a bivvy. Unless of course they carry a bivvy as well. So I'm looking forward to using it. Alp Kit's dispatched mine, so I'm glad I like it. I'm looking forward to using it. It's just another bivvy in the armoury, isn't it? Look at this wind, honestly. There's all my stuff down here ready. I've got my cooker, I've had a brew, I've got my spare water, my boots and that's at the back there. Everything's nice and dry. My rucksack's acting as a bit of a windbreak and keeping the tarp up on that side. So I'm just lying in the bivvy now, chilling out. I'm editing the film, watching a bit of YouTube, and I'm just going to get my head down. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's actually 5 to 7. I've slept straight through to 5 to 7. It's ridiculous. I woke up for a wee about 12:30. That was a bit of a pain, I had to get up for that. Other than that, I'm straight through. I've just made myself a tea. It looks like it's poured in the night and I didn't even hear it. The tarp's gone a bit loose. I think one of my guy lines has fell out at the back. But other than that, it's spot on. But a lot of rain because the bivy's wet, look. That was a great sleep, that was. I'll come back in a bit. Well, it looks like these Elk Kit elands are no better than the Hunker for condensation. I mean, look at that. That's up this top end is bone dry, where it's been under the tarp. But down where it's been exposed to the rain, it's soaked, look, absolutely soaked. Look at that. You can't beat Gore-Tex, can you? But I suppose they have the place for a one-night camp. If you're on a top and you need the hoop, it doesn't matter. But you'd have a job to go. It's only the surface, because it's a waterproof covering on this bivvy, or supposed to be. You can see the line, look, the wet. This is where the tarp, and that's where it was exposed to the rain. I thought perhaps it was just a little bit of condensation, but I've just pulled it out. Look, it's drenched. Look at that, absolutely drenched. Look at it. That's unbelievable. That's some water, isn't it? So it wasn't the zip. I thought perhaps the zip had let in from the side, but no, it's condensation. Yeah. So obviously everything's got its place, and the cold, wet weather, these Elk Kit bags just aren't up to the job. So if you have a proper look now, there's your tarp. There's the line of the sleeping bag. If you look at the wet on the sleeping bag, it's soaked at the bottom here, and the wet stops just there. So basically, more or less in line with the tarp. So anywhere where there was extreme cold transfer, it hasn't been able to wick the moisture like Gore-Tex. It's a shame. I had my silver mat underneath and my X-Ped mat inside. I mean, I'll still go ahead with the purchase of one of these because I think it's going to be a good addition in the wind. But I'll try the mat underneath it and see if that helps. But anyway, look at this is what we wake up to, look. The moon's still out, look up there. It's lovely, isn't it? Fabulous. I think on the way back I'm going to head over this hill. Yes, look at that. Beautiful. The sleeping pad is well wet as well, look. Let's have a look at it, look at it. It's some condensation, isn't it? So that's leave no trace as always. That's where I was, just there. And there's Graham's pitch just there. Graham's packing up as well. It's a lovely morning. The moon's gone in now. Beautiful. Look at the lighting, it's lovely. Absolutely cracking night's camp. The amount of condensation I get every time I camp is ridiculous. I mean, Graham never used to get any condensation in the eland, but he only sleeps in a minimal amount of clothing. Now, at the moment, I'm in down trousers, down boots, 2 hand warmers in the bottom of the sleeping bag, a big down jacket, and then I'm in a -7 sleeping bag, the Rab Neutrino Pro 400. So the amount of warmth I'm actually generating is immense, but I can't sleep without it. So moving forward, I'm not going to worry about the condensation. It is what it is on these one night camps. It really doesn't matter. I have a nice night's sleep, I stay dry, and the water's only on the surface of stuff, so you know, I'm not going to worry about it. We'll have a look at it each time just out of interest, but it's neither here or there, is it? So we'll see you on the way back. Lucky boys or what? Just look at the view coming back. Whoa-hey! Look at it. Beautiful walk out this morning, absolutely stunning. There's a nice hill here on our left, but to be honest, we didn't fancy trudging up there in this wind. Right, that's us back at the car now, the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, just help the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. A nice tucked away camp with the Tarp and Bivy again.